She'd been the VP of sales at a company 3 miles from his office. Same industry, same buyer persona, same deal size. Did you ever reach out to her? I didn't know she existed. Their VP of engineering quit on a Tuesday. By Friday, they'd already made the most expensive mistake of their Series B. They hired someone in 18 days. The board was impressed by the speed. 90 days later, engineering velocity had dropped by half. This failure was entirely preventable. And by the end of this video, I'll show you the one system that would have prevented it. I got a call from a founder I'd known for years. His voice told me everything before his words did. Our VP of engineering just resigned. Gave 2 weeks notice. We have a product launch in 60 days. I need someone immediately. I asked, do you have a list of people you've been tracking for this role? No, we never thought he'd leave. Do you have a profile of what the next VP needs to look like given where the company is heading? We just need someone who can do what he was doing. That's not the same thing. But he wasn't listening. He was panicking. And panic has a very specific hiring pattern. It goes like this. Call everyone you know, take the first 3 referrals, interview all 3 in 1 week, offer the one who seems the least risky, celebrate that you moved fast. He did exactly that. Hired someone in 18 days. 90 days later, the new VP had restructured the entire engineering org around a process that worked at his previous company, which was 10 times larger. Product launch delayed by 4 months. 2 senior engineers quit. The founder called me again. Same voice, same panic. I need to replace the VP of engineering. This time I said, before we do anything, we're building a talent map, and you're never making this mistake again. Here's the principle. If your first reaction to vacancy is panic, your planning failed 12 months ago. Every bad decision this founder made, the rush timeline, the wrong profile, the mismatched hire, traced back to one failure. He never invested in knowing who was out there before he desperately needed someone. Now let me tell you a story that haunts every founder who hears it. A founder I worked with lost a deal to a competitor. Not a big deal. It happens. But the way he lost it caught his attention. The competitor's new VP of sales had completely transformed their go-to-market in 90 days. New positioning, new enterprise motion, pipeline tripled. He called me. Who is this person? Where did they come from? I looked her up. She'd been the VP of sales at a company 3 miles from his office. Same industry, same buyer persona, same deal size. She'd been there for 4 years. She wasn't looking. She wasn't on LinkedIn posting open to work. She was doing the exact job my client needed done. 3 miles away. Did you ever reach out to her? I asked. I didn't know she existed. That's the problem. If he'd had a talent map, he would have known. He would have had her on a list of the 50 best revenue leaders in his space. He might have had coffee with her a year ago, built a relationship. When her company hit turbulence, she might have called him first. Instead, she called his competitor, and his competitor was ready because they'd been mapping talent for 18 months. Here's what most founders don't understand. The executives who will change your trajectory are not looking for you. They're employed. They're performing. They're invisible to your job posting. Your job posting is a filter that lets everyone who's available and filters out everyone you actually want. A talent map inverts this. It starts with the people you want and works backward to figure out how to get them. Now let me tell you about the most expensive mistake in talent acquisition. It's not a bad hire. It's a bad brief. A CEO told me he'd hired a recruiting firm to find his VP of product. 3 months of searching, 200 candidates sourced, 15 phone screens, 4 finalists. None of them right. I asked, what brief did you give them? He pulled up the job description, 2 pages, bullet points, 10 years of product management, B2B SaaS experience, strong technical background. I said, this describes 10,000 people. Which one do you actually need? He paused. What's the specific problem this person needs to solve in the first 12 months? Not the job, the problem. Then he started talking for 30 minutes. Their product had achieved early traction, but the roadmap was a mess. 3 competing priorities and no framework for choosing between them. Engineering, building features nobody asked for. Sales, selling capabilities that didn't exist. I said, that's your brief. Not VP of product with 10 years of experience. Your brief is the person who can build a product decision-making framework in a company where everyone is building different products. How many people have done exactly that? He thought about it. Maybe 30 in the country? Right. And none of them match a keyword search for B2B SaaS product management. You don't need a recruiter to search a database. You need 30 minutes of your own strategic thinking to define who you're actually looking for. We built a talent map of 40 people who had solved his exact problem at similar stage companies. 3 weeks later, he'd met 2 of them. 6 weeks later, he'd hired 1. 3 months of generic searching produced nothing. 30 minutes of strategic thinking from the CEO produced the hire. HR finds people who match job descriptions. CEOs identify people who solve the problems that don't have job descriptions yet. Here's how to build your talent map. 5 steps. Step 1, identify your 3 most critical roles over the next 18 months. Not the roles that are open now, the roles that will determine whether you hit your targets 18 months from now. Step 2, for each role, write the strategic problem, not the job description. What specific problem will this person solve? What does success look like in 12 months? Step 3, identify 50 people who have solved that exact problem at a similar stage company. Use LinkedIn. Use your network. Use your investors' networks. Don't filter for availability. Filter for capability. Step 4, start building relationships now. Not recruiting, relationships. Coffee, a 15-minute call. I'm not recruiting you. I want to learn from you. Plant seeds. Some will be interested now. Others will remember you in 6 months. Step 5, block 2 hours every week on your calendar. Label it talent strategy. Use it to review your map, identify gaps, and build your list. This is not overhead. This is the highest leverage work a CEO can do. Here's the paradox of talent mapping. The most valuable hire you'll ever make is the bad one you never made because you had better options. You'll never see the crisis that didn't happen. You'll never know which panic hire you avoided. And that makes talent mapping feel unrewarding. Nobody celebrates the absence of a disaster. But the CEO who maps talent during calm periods makes dramatically better decisions during urgent ones because they're selecting from a curated pool instead of grabbing whoever's available. The founder who says, I don't have time for talent mapping, is the founder who will spend 6 months recovering from a bad hire. 2 hours a week on mapping saves 6 months on recovery. That's not overhead. That's the best return on time investment in your entire company. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one critical role, not one that's open, one that will matter in 12 months. Write the strategic problem it solves. Open LinkedIn and find 10 people who have solved that problem. That's it. Just 10 names. You've just started your talent map. Next week, add 10 more. The week after, 10 more. In 5 weeks, you'll have 50 names for one critical role. And the next time someone resigns, you won't panic. You'll open a file and start making calls. The companies that hire best don't search. They select from a map they've already built. If this was helpful, subscribe. Next video, I'm breaking down how to read an executive's career like a story and why the resume is hiding the most important information about every candidate. I'll see you there.